It looks like the Democratic Party may have finally learned something from the Republican Party, how to use a narrative and stick you with it. And the new narrative is, as you know, the Republicans have constantly been trying to assign to Democrats the defund the police moniker. Let's be fair, first of all. I believe that we need to move money from the police into other aspects of taking care of people. Meaning, if you create more policies that are positive in neighborhoods, it'll reduce crime. It would remove the necessity of having a whole lot of over-policing in these neighborhoods. I believe that. But you know, in politics, narrative is everything. And it turns out that with crime rates increasing, one of the things that Republicans wanted to do was assign the blame to these defund the police Democrats, right? Well, as Cunningham had said, Psaki Cunningham had said, if we were judging the results based on how we fund the police would be a complete failure, because as we have increased their funding, crime has not really gotten better per se. But anyhow, we have now used that narrative against Republicans because, you know, while Biden was for making sure police officers remained funded during this pandemic and otherwise, the Republicans voted no. So the ones who have actually effected a vote to defund the police are Republicans. And you know what? Democrats are starting to let them pay for that. Narrative is everything. Check this out.
Something one of the advisors said this weekend, Cedric Richmond, he said, Republicans defunded the police by not supporting the American Rescue Plan. But how is it that is an argument to be made when the president never mentioned needing money for police to stop a crime wave when he was selling the American Rescue Plan?
Well, the president did mention that the American Rescue Plan, the state and local funding, something that was supported by the president, a lot of Democrats who supported and voted for the bill, could help ensure local cops were kept on the beat in communities across the country. As you know, didn't receive a single Republican vote. That funding has been used to keep cops on the beat.
But at the time, that was sold as these local police departments might have a pandemic-related budget shortfall, not we need to keep cops on the beat because there's a crime wave.
I think that any local department would argue that keeping cops on the beat to keep communities safe when they had to, because of budget shortfalls, fire police is something that helped them address crime in their local communities.
In the local communities, the White House's argument was the American Rescue Plan is going to be $1,400 checks. It's going to be vaccines, vaccinators. It's going to put us on the path to beating the virus. Not.
It did those things as well. It was a pretty good bill and piece of legislation.
Well, Steve Doocy probably got his lesson. This is the second time he's attempted to, he opened the door last week for Jen Psaki to say, remember, it's you guys who we could consider the ones who defunded the police. Now, since Democrats have sort of run with that narrative, you know, on the news programs, one of the guys came out and said, yes, Republicans voted to defund the police, and he wants to rehabilitate the Republicans. He needs to make the Republicans whole. We can't let that stick. Well, he brought it up, and Jen Psaki just went ahead and provided the evidence a bit more in detail. No, you guys all voted against the American Rescue Plan, which funded the police officers. You guys defunded them. Let's get it straight. Excellent reversal of narrative. Great job again, Jen Psaki. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.